Hey guys! Okay, today I'm going to do a get ready with me, as you can probably tell, and it is going to be drugstore makeup centered. I have a lot of drugstore makeup that I've kind of been enjoying lately, and I wanted to really just showcase that. It is going to be probably, I don't want to be specific, like 98% drugstore. A few things aren't because I may just not have that, or we'll get to it when we get there. And I'm not using necessarily drugstore brushes either. So, to get started, I did use my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Redness to cover my rosacea. I use this every day. I don't stray. This is the only thing I use to cover my rosacea. So, okay. For foundation, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in 102. This is a really good foundation. I'd picked it up sometime last year. I just used it a handful of times was all, and then I started playing with it more, recently, and I was really impressed. I'm just kind of like squishing it together to make sure, it's all mixed together. And I will be doing my Real Techniques sponge to apply it, which is drugstore as well. But, I hate when people say, but, over and over. I feel like that's what I said. I am kind of like battling or trying to get sick. Well, my body's trying to get sick. I'm trying to not get sick. I don't know what it is. My throat has been a little sore, like hurty. I think it's like sinus drainage type thing. And my body, you know how when your body's like trying to fight something off, you can just tell, like you feel weak and tired and have this kind of like, I don't know, like I always say, like a tingly feeling. I just feel a little off. So I've been drinking Emergency and drinking water, and I need to drink some green tea. I always find that green tea really helps. But so I did, I brought myself a drink, because every time I don't bring myself a drink when I'm filming, then I can like feel that I'm gonna like run out of air, my throat will get dry or something like that. So anyways, this foundation, every time I use it, it really impresses me. Like it's a good like medium to full coverage. It's called Pro Matte. I think it's kind of more like a satin finish. I don't know. I've never used a foundation. Well, I have before. I'm going to use a teeny bit more. It's been a while since I've used a foundation that feels like it's, matte. When the Pro Glow came out, my mom had it, and I tried hers once, and I wasn't impressed, but I'm kind of tempted to try it again, because maybe, it was before I, like, loved this, and I know a lot of people like to mix the two. They say it's amazing, so I don't know. I wish you could get samples of drugstore foundation. If you use both of them, I know the numbering system is different. If I'm 102 in this, what would I be in the Pro Glow? You tell me. And also, I thought I had my camera battery plugged in. I have two. And I thought I had one plugged in ready to go. And when I plugged it in just now, it's like, it said 3 minutes. Now it's down to 1. I have the other one charging, so we may have to flip-flop around. Okay. So I really enjoy this. If you have not given it a try, it gets rave reviews for a reason. So for concealer, I finally picked up another one of the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, and I have the shade Fair. And while I really enjoy it, I had been using that Tarte Shape Tape, which gives like crazy coverage. So when I used this again after not having it for a while, I was kind of disappointed. I'm going to use a touch here. I don't ever do that, but I always see people do it, so I'm just going to do it. It's a good, like, everyday, if you don't want to look like you're, fully glam, fully made up, just everything like that. I mean, it's a really good concealer, but I'm going to add a touch of this Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer in Light Ivory just to give a little bit more coverage. And this is the lightest shade of this. So if you are any lighter than me, then you probably I'll add a touch there and see how it goes. Then you probably wouldn't get a match because it's not, the shade range I think is pretty poor, quite honestly. I don't really remember. But this Wet n Wild concealer is really good too. And it's so inexpensive. I told somebody, to me, it's almost like a cross between the NARS Creamy Concealer and the Tarte Shape Tape. Like, it's not as thin as the Tarte Shape Tape, but something about it is kind of moussey like the NARS. But I like it more than the NARS. I really like it. I've been impressed. So both of those are super good concealers, and it's not that they're just good for the drugstore. They're good, period. I mean, they're just good. I'm going to pull out my little mirror and make sure everything's blended. So, okay. And then to set my powder, my face, my powder is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Trio. I went through my drawers and I do not have a face powder that is from the drugstore. I know the Rimmel Stay Matte's pretty good. I've used it before and it's okay. Honestly, I don't even know what is a really good drugstore powder right now because I haven't been paying for drugstore powders, paying attention to them, so I don't even know. But, you know, that's one of those things. It's not really exciting anyway, so people, you know, they're going to use what they like. So other than feeling kind of sick, we came back home this week to spend a week here with my husband, their dad, and, you know, they could go do their kid thing, see their friends, me see my friends, and that's been nice. But I just feel like almost bad being here away from my dad. Like, I just feel like, what am I doing? Why am I here? And everybody says, you know, if you're a caretaker of somebody, you've got to get away. You've got to have some downtime. But I just feel bad, you know? I don't know. I guess that's natural. That's not a bad thing. I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the bronzer. It's the darker of the two. And this is a really good bronzer too. I haven't used it a lot lately because I've been really focusing on using up other things. But it is a very pretty bronzer. Do you see that? It has like that coconut suntan smell if you aren't familiar with it. If you do want to pick this up, then wait till Ulta's doing some kind of deal. You know, either the $3.50 off 15, 20% off, and occasionally drugstores will have Physicians Formula for 40% off. Because even though this is drugstore, it's not like crazy inexpensive or anything. And I'm actually not going to do any blush today because a lot of times in the summer, especially like just day-to-day looks, I skip blush and I just load up on bronzer. It's just, I don't know, a look that I like. I really like bronzer. So, but this is a good product. Okay, I like a fuzz. For my eyeshadow, this is the only kind of drugstore base I had. It's the Milani Shadow Eyes in Almond Cream. And for some reason, I think it's discontinued. But I know a lot of people lately I have seen talk about the Milani eyeshadow base. So I don't know if that's real good or not. I'm one of those people that my eyeshadow will definitely crease, so I can't just use like just anything. Like the Lorac and the Too Faced Shadow Insurances, they don't work on my eyes at all. So this is kind of like powder. It's not anything really fun to try new ones, and you just kind of stick with what works for you. I know Maybelline used to have a eyeshadow base primer back in the day I tried, and it did not work. And people rave about e.l.f. I've never tried that. I don't know why for the price. It's definitely worth trying. Anyways, I was really excited to do a get ready with me so I could just sit down and chat with y'all because I feel like it has been a while to chat about stuff that doesn't involve like my family, which I love them to death, but sometimes I just want to chat with y'all about other stuff, you know? And so I thought this would be a fun video to do. Okay, for my eyeshadow, for like a transition crease color, I am going to use my Butter Bronzer. And this is something that I do all the time, whether I'm doing like a drugstore centered look or not. It makes everything look a little more cohesive on your face when you're using the same bronzer in your crease and on your face. Not to say that you have to, but I do think it's a nice look. And I do this a lot, especially when I'm traveling. Because, I mean, this kind of shade is almost what you want. Or what, you know, a lot of people like. Everybody likes different things on themselves. I mean, I don't think there's any specific rules with makeup. That's the fun of it. Okay, and then this eyeshadow I love. I can't remember if I've even talked to y'all about it yet. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Paints Metallics in the shade Brass Knuckles. And it is such a pretty bronze. I think it would be very flattering for somebody that has like an olive skin tone. I mean, any skin tone could wear it, obviously, but I think it's very flattering to the deeper ones as well. And I picked this up, I don't even know, a month or two ago, and I have really liked it. I think I actually ordered it on Amazon. I don't know if y'all know that, but Amazon... Okay, my camera battery died, but I was saying, I don't know if y'all know that, but Amazon always carries the new drugstore makeup on their site. I didn't know about that till recently, and if you have Prime or if you spend over like the threshold, you can get free shipping. So that's something, you know, good to remember, so you don't have to like hunt down all the different drugstores. Because I know the new drugstore makeup can be a pain in the you know what to hunt down sometimes. But I really like this shadow. It's not too orangey or too warm for a bronze. I hope you can really tell. So, okay. So I'm going to wear that because I really like it. Let me just make sure it's blended out. And then for my brow bone, I'm going to use something I use all the time, and it's the Wet n Wild Brulee Single Shadow. I'm somebody that I just feel like I have to do a brow bone highlight. Even though it doesn't necessarily do a whole lot, it just makes the look. It makes it just look a little more polished and cleaned up. So, okay. I don't know how active y'all are on social media, but lately but there's been all these new postings about the holiday sets coming to Sephora and stuff, and I'm getting so excited for the VIB sale. I've already started kind of like making a list, like not really, but in my mind. This is the CoverGirl Liquid Line Blast in, it's like the dark brown. I don't even know what shade. I haven't used this in a while. I'm not really picky about pencil liners that I use to tightline, but we're going to try something new in just a second. I can't really talk while I do this. So Abby, gosh, I'm like, my brain's like, Allie Sebdalis, this morning I was looking at her little Insta stories. She got a package from Verb, and they are doing a Ghost Oil shampoo and conditioner now. I've always wanted to try the Ghost Oil, and I really like their Hydrate shampoo and conditioner. So, okay, I never use pencils up here, but I was watching Makeup by Tiffany D do a video yesterday or the day before, like a quick one, and she used just her eyeliner pencil, and then she smudged it. I know this is not like a new technique at all, but I thought I would give it a try. Well, y'all, I don't know that it did a whole lot. I mean, it looks okay. I don't know. Anyways, I thought it would just be something different to try. So anyways, I want to try the Verb Ghost Oil for one. And I really, you know, I wouldn't mind trying the shampoo and conditioner too. So by the time the sale runs around, I will need shampoo and conditioner. So I'm hoping they have like a really good, fun gift set that includes both of them. Or all three of them. So I can try that out. And then I want to see Bites lipstick that they come out with this year. Because I always enjoy those. I saw that it's like the little Amuse Bouche sets. Okay, I mean, I like it. I don't know that that's something I would do all the time, but it was pretty. And then this I'm not going to use today, but it's the NYX Slide On Glide On in Golden Bronze. This is such a pretty color. I love to wear this on my lower lash line. I'm going to just do like a big circle so you can see. I mean, it is like that warm, coppery, reddish shade that is all the rage. Speaking of, I went in Ulta yesterday and I looked at the Naked Heat palette. It is pretty. At first, I had no interest in it just because, I don't know. But it is really pretty. If I could find it as like a daily deal or something like that. I know Daily, you know, they're not going to be doing that anytime soon. But I would pick it up. Oh, and speaking of daily deals, have y'all been participating in Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty? The first one I got was that Butter London lip oil. I haven't gotten that yet. I ordered it. And then yesterday I went and I picked up the Skin Iceland eye gels that I love so much. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Plump Waterproof Mascara. I always do one coat of waterproof to hold my curl, and then I go on with my regular. I picked this up on recommendation of a friend of mine that she says it's her favorite. And for waterproof, I don't want to spend much on it because I'm just doing like a little layer. And so far so good. I literally just depend on it to hold my curls, so I'm not picky with this. And I found mine at Walmart. And then my next item is not Drugstore, and I felt kind of douchey showing y'all. But I only use one like regular mascara at a time. I don't open multiple ones. And the only one I have open right now is Marc Jacobs. But I don't have to give y'all recommendations for Drugstore mascaras because everybody that's into makeup knows all about those. L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black, CoverGirl Lash Blast are two of my favorite ones. I haven't tried the new L'Oreal Lash Paradise, but I've heard really good things about it. And I would like to try that eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it because, like I said, I only have one mascara open at a time. So, and when you have like a little backstash, it takes you a while. This Marc Jacobs mascara is on the verge of having to be retired. But I just don't want to because I love it. And I'm also partial to the small tubes. I think they're better. Every time I buy a full-size mascara, I don't love it as much as the little tube. See, it's like a little clumpy over there, but I'm just going to go with it because I like clumpy. And I like mascara. Ooh, okay. So anyways, yeah, that's obviously not Drugstore, and I'm very sorry about that, but I did not have any Drugstore in my backup stash, and I only want to open one at a time. Okay, now we will do brows, and my favorite brow pencil is the e.l.f. $2 brow pencil. It's so good. If you have not tried it, why? What are you waiting for? Now, if they don't have your color, I understand. I think they have a taupe. They have this, which I think is neutral brown. Yeah, and then I think they have a darker shade. And I use the neutral brown. So, unless you have really, really dark hair, you could get away with it. The tip is thicker than like the Anastasia Brow Wiz, but it's not as big as those triangle pencils that are out right now. So I really like it because it's just like the middleman of those. It has that good kind of like waxy consistency, so it's going to hold your brows in place. It comes with a spoolie on the end. And it's $2. So I really like it. And I do like to go over it with the Glossier Boy Brow, but you don't have to. That's just like me being a little extra about my brows. But it definitely, I mean, it's a good brow pencil. So check it out if you haven't. What new shows are y'all watching? We're still watching Younger, which is freaking hilarious. And I had started watching Revenge again on Netflix. And I was really enjoying it. And then I looked at it one day and it was like, ends on 8/27. And it was like 8/25. So I stopped around like the second season. But I really love Revenge. If you can watch it anywhere, then do that. Okay, and then for lips, I'm going to use the Revlon Color Burst Lacquer Balm in Demure. I love this shade as well. It has some like micro glitter or shimmer particles in it, but I just really love it. It gives you that glossy, shiny lip. But it's not gloss. See, it is such just a pretty like light pink, peachy pink, light color, but still really, really pretty. I love it. It's in my top lip colors. Like I don't know if I can narrow it down to a top number specifically, but it is definitely one of my all-time favorite lip colors. So anyways, I just thought this would be something fun to do because I don't usually do a whole lot of drugstore videos. It's not for any reason. But when I was getting ready the other day, I was like, I have a lot of items I'm using that are drugstore that I really, really enjoy. So I thought it would just be something fun to do. So what stuff do you really, really like from the drugstore that you think is worth, you know, buying regardless of cost? Like it costing less is obviously a plus, but what are just some of your all-time favorites? Anything. You can give me your recommendations, whether it's a brush, a sponge. Oh, yeah, if you've tried the new EcoTools beauty sponges, let me know what you think. Because I heard somebody rave about it, and then somebody told me they heard not so good things. So let me know, because I would be curious. So that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed getting ready with me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.